was maybe insist that during that ASU time.
Let me explain.
You asked me, wait, sorry. You asked me when was the last time my school? I don't think University has been on chef. Up to a decade. It's up to a decade, and Tinubu has nothing to do with that contribution. Oh. Yes.
Now let's compare the rate of school, the rate of schools going to strike then and now.
And now, okay.
I am asking you, maybe probably I don't know the school you're coming.
Okay, I see River State University.
I am asking you as a student, when was the last time your school went on strike? I'm using this as a reference. I'm not saying that we don't have things that you should not. Obviously, you don't like to move before I see. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that there are things that you don't have against you. You may have. But just to be sincere with you, he is letting you know that Tinubu has made these guys, you, be in charge of this thing. Now, let me give you an instance. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government, we have local governing council, right? Now, whatever happens in that local governing council, do you know that most times people blame Tinubu? Your health center is not working. It's something to hold your local government chairman accountable. You're calling Tinubu. That is what he is saying.
Okay.
Now, hold on. Let's talk about fuel in Nigeria as it stands, because we are in Nigeria. Do you know that the rate of fuel in Nigeria is never to be compared also to that of other countries? Do you know?
That's true.
That's true. I'm just explaining to you. We understand that in the global world we have this government that we understand, but just understand that in Nigeria, fuel in other countries they are facing it too.
I know. I think the price of fuel in America has increased drastically during the war, right? I think fuel right there is about like $40-something, which is not supposed to be like that. People, Americans, Canadians, they are complaining. That is not my argument. He said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has nothing to do with the fuel price, this spike. He does not even know anything about it. So I want to ask, sorry. So I want to ask now. You say NNPC is the one in charge of it. NNPC will give all these fuel stations and the rest of that. So are you trying to tell me that there's no feedback going back to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? And mind you, if anything that you say now, there was this no, please hold on. I'm not yet done. Mind this. There was this interview that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said that we should mind that he knows what is going on, so he's fully aware of the price. This has got. I'm not saying that. Oh, he said that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has nothing to do with the fuel price spike. He has that. He's not aware. The person that is putting that price 1,300 for 1 liter of fuel is NFRB the fuel station. That's what he's saying. So are you trying to tell me that there's no feedback going back to him that this is happening?
Let's communicate. He's not on the wrong track. Possibly it's the way you understand him, and you're not wrong for understanding him that way. Market forces are responsible for fuel price all over the world. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not set the price. He is aware. Now, the statement of he's not aware is that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not the one that regulates the price. Oh, today it should be 1.5. Tomorrow it should be. Now, before this time, we get a lot of we get a lot of subsidy on the fuel prices. For example, you're supposed to buy a fuel liter for 1,000 naira. The government is paying 500 naira, and then you go and get it 500 naira. That's how we've been buying it for years. Now, listen. When they remove a subsidy, what LG are you from? How many oil reserves does Obiakpo have? Obiakpo majorly has the highest international revenue in university, true or false? True. But then they do not decide or rely mostly on oil. Now, I'm pointing to you that check the revenue, what they call it, not subsidy, the money sent from the federal government, allocation, thank you. Yeah, the allocation sent to Obiakpo 6 months ago and now. But then, if maybe the roads are bad, we would call Tinubu. States now, they are telling you that states can now produce or generate their own electricity. I say this is an example. River State used to in some areas. But then if we don't have electricity, everybody is crying to Tinubu. We're not saying that he shouldn't be aware, right? But then, okay, if I'm supposed to, if your dad is supposed to take care of you, and then he does not give you money regularly, but he has given you five self-contained to give out to rent. When you're hungry, will you still call your dad? It's your responsibility now to work on those five self-contained. We're not saying you shouldn't be aware. He's aware, and that's why they are mostly effects to cushion this issue of fuel increase and all that. When you mentioned ASU and all that, I say well, possibly that's the information you have. But then no, you said your school. No, you are responding that ASU RSU is not that. RSU is currently under ASU.
He asked me how I said as of the time that as of the my school was never under.
But as it stands now, I'm in response to your question, I'm only enlightening you that schools currently, most schools, in fact in Nigeria, they only threaten to go for strike because they want better pay for their staff, right? But then, I mean, they only threaten, but they also understand how it works now. Before you can go to strike and they pay you. Now, if you go on strike, you will not get paid. Until you come back, when you come back and start, that's when they pay you. So they also understanding that the country needs to work, even if sometimes we like bad news better. So we progress so that we don't. Okay, I think before you speak, I want someone that has not spoken.
Thing before we move on. Yeah, the thing is, I really just understand. It's a good thing that a lot of young persons nowadays have been more interested in governance, and this is even because of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because before, because we're all relaxed, we don't even know what's happening. You don't even know why subsidy was put in place. You would have been buying fuel before, if subsidy never existed. So the government will even hit the actual price, would have been buying petrol from us, making us not know. Like now, they made us so relaxed that we're not even interested in governance. Now, most of the things this young lady said now, it's because of what is happening now. She wouldn't have even been interested in governance if we do not find ourselves in this situation right now. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu has even made you know that this is what is going on. If you most of us, you don't even know what NNPC was doing before Bola Ahmed Tinubu came into power. So we understand that a lot of persons are suffering, and I'm not saying we're not going through one hardship or the other. But what I need you all to understand is that this is something that must happen for our children's children to enjoy. It's as if we're paying the sacrifice, because most of us will sacrifice for our kids to enjoy tomorrow. And this is what is happening, because you know how Nigerian system works. Peradventure, Bola Ahmed Tinubu doesn't take this bold step. He decides to take the gradual process. What is the guarantee that if the next president comes into power, he's going to take that bold step or continue this thing Tinubu is doing to make sure that we get the good result at the end of the day? What is the guarantee? Because you see that they will start the project today. Once a new government comes to power, they abandon it. But Tinubu had to take the bold step, because he knows if he doesn't take this bold step, in the long run, his predecessor or whoever that will take care of him, that will take over from him next, might not go through it. So I think we all need to vote President Bola Ahmed Tinubu so that he can finish this work that he has started. Thank you very much.